What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have a pretty distinct goal, I suppose. Not a hard goal necessarily, but the goal of today is to try make the body feel better. I pretty much want to survive the day, and hopefully if I can do what's on the schedule today and survive it, then I should come out on the other end feeling better than I do now. Not to say that I feel absolutely terrible now, but I'm definitely not at 100%. I'm probably more around 80%. And that is, I think, pretty normal at this point. It's 4 days on from racing, 4 days on from racing the half marathon. And yeah, recovering has been quite a different experience to anything that I've faced from my other usual distances, but it's been fun because I've been able to, I don't know if fun would be the right word, but I've been able to take my time and try and get back on it. I mean, I can see how you could really screw yourself by trying to rush back into hard training right after a big race on the roads, like a half or a full. I think after a full, you're probably so sore that you just physically can't do anything. But a half, I think, especially maybe it's your first one, it's almost a similar feeling. I think I've been really it's funny because right after the race I didn't feel that bad, and then a few hours later I started feeling progressively a lot more sore and tired, fatigued. And then since the race, I've just, the next day I was, because the thing is, I think there's just, my muscles actually all felt pretty decent. There was no muscle that felt sore in a bad way. I think my hamstrings were really sore and my quads were a bit sore, but not too bad. The other boys said their quads were where they felt it the most. I imagine if you race on a hilly course, your quads just get absolutely destroyed, but mine honestly weren't too bad. But aside from the muscle soreness, there was just a big general fatigue, which I think is the most challenging thing. And then on top of that, it's almost as if I was jet lagged, because I woke up at what would be 1 a.m. Colorado time that morning, and then I haven't the next few nights after it, I didn't really sleep that well. So it was kind of this almost jet lag effect where I'm just feel a bit like a zombie all the time. I think, yeah, that's kind of the combination of things. So I guess the goal is to, after the race, is to recover as quickly as possible so that you can get back into normal training. And the way that we went about it was, we had a pretty light schedule. The day after the race, I didn't run, but I had this cool kind of gym program to do. Pretty easy, a lot of decompression recovery stuff for the body. But I just started with 10 minutes of spinning the legs on the bike, and then doing a bunch of dead hang exercises. And we have this whole decompression lift that we do after traveling, and it was more similar to that. Maybe I can share some of the exercises from that at some point, because off the top of my head it's kind of hard to explain them all, but nothing obviously difficult in the gym, but just stuff that makes your body feel better. And then the next day we had an easy 5-mile run, which, the other thing is that we came back to, all across America, most of America, there's crazy cold weather and snow, and Colorado has been hit pretty bad as well. So the weather has been pretty bad and there's snow everywhere. So today's workout, we're going to the track just because the outside lanes are cleared, you'll see. But yeah, it's been kind of brutal to run outside. It hasn't been nice. But Joe and I did 5 miles on the snow while everyone else was going out to do their long run, which I felt terrible. I felt so bad doing that. But after it, you do feel a bit better. And then yesterday was more of a normal double day. Getting in 8 miles in the morning and then 4 in the afternoon with some really light strides. So just trying to get the body back into it. But I noticed that some of the other people who are more marathoners, they've been able to get, looking at their Stravas, they've been able to get back into it a lot more quickly. And the way they describe the experience, I think after doing one or two, your body, you get a lot more used to it. But yeah, for this first one, it's been brutal. I feel every run at the start, I'm pushing through a certain level of fatigue, but then by the end, you do feel a lot better. But yeah, I've been trying to catch up that sleep a lot, because sleep is, the most important thing. But the other side of it, like for me, after a big race that I put so much into, I really have to balance, I think, the physical and the mental component of the come down and the recovery. Because when I'm training and, you know, preparing for a big race, I'm very locked in mentally, and so those juices are a little bit exhausted by the time I like finish the race. And I honestly, like, I don't sleep well after most races, and generally if you do a late track race, you have caffeine, you have adrenaline, you have all this other stuff. But one big part of it for me is, like, I just don't care about going to sleep. I don't want to go to sleep because I just, like, that part of me is just kind of sapped, and like the motivation to go to bed early and do the right thing is just not there. So I'm actually trying not to really force that. And I know as I get back into this training, the routine of training, that naturally comes around because I want to feel good for my training. I don't want to feel terrible, which is how you will feel. You won't last very long if you don't do the right things and get the good sleep. So that is coming around, and I think that is very important as well to recover. But yeah, as I said, I don't want to force it because I do want to let that kind of naturally come back. But so today is our first light workout that we're doing, and you'll see we'll just be on the track because there's nowhere else really to run. Otherwise we would do it somewhere else. But Joe and I have 3 sets of 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off, and then 10 sets of 1 minute on, 1 minute off. And there's no paces assigned or anything. I think our goal will be to start pretty easy, comfortable, and just work into it and see how the body feels. So the coaches are already out here shoveling the track. Wow, respect. But yeah, the goal will be to survive it. Hopefully, as I go through doing something a little more difficult, the body can handle it fine. And even coming out on the other side and feeling better than when I started would be the stretch goal, the reach goal. So we'll see. It is a nicer day. Like, it's been so cold here, so it's been brutal being outside. But today the sun is shining, it's a bit nicer, so it should be actually pretty good. So, yep, gonna get out there and just spin the legs, and hopefully I come out on the other side feeling good.
The vlog.
Let's go. We're going around. He's going to do the workout. He's going to do one lap to see his squats kind of slow.
I'm ready to go.
So just so you know, don't be distracted. Everybody can start together. Oh, sorry.
I'm not going 5.
GoPro.
Yeah. We're just gonna start. We're just gonna go.
The vlog is fire.
I only run 4 5 right now.
So yeah, as I already mentioned, this is the workout today. A nice little fartlek with 3 times 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off, and then 10 times 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Something nice and easy, about, I think it's 35 minutes. Just laps around the track in lane 8 and 7, avoiding the other guys who, they all had I think they had a threshold day today, so they were doing mile reps and stuff like that. And Joe and I, yeah, this was just, I don't even know if we had a workout originally on the schedule for this day, but ultimately we did. But yeah, it was super low pressure. It was just get out there and let's see how the legs feel. And I can tell you that they did not feel amazing, especially early on, but even throughout it, it was like almost a bell curve day today where they warmed up a bit and then they felt better throughout the middle section, and then they came back at the end and didn't feel that good. I think trying to do 1 minute pushes on the fatigue legs was kind of a big ask, so everything was kept at, I think, around just under 5 minute pace, or around 5 minute pace. We ended up averaging on my watch 5:16 for this whole thing, but I don't think the watch is the most accurate around the track, so I think you got to add 5 or maybe even 10 seconds to that. But honestly, I was like pleasantly surprised with that. That was a solid day of running out there and some solid work, and yeah, none of it really did feel good, but it did feel good to be back out there with the squad and just getting in some solid work again. So yeah, not bad. Our workout is done and we are back at home. I had to get out of there. It was getting so cold. I'm still warming up right now. But the workout was an interesting one. It was good. I think it was perfect to do, honestly. I think that was a good amount of work. But when I was on my way there and I was planning out the video, I was thinking that I would be coming back and saying like, yeah, I felt really good after that workout. And yeah, I thought this was gonna have more of a happy ending. But honestly, I finished that workout and I was like, wow, I feel terrible. So yeah, legs are still definitely coming around, and just, I think it was awesome to do, to just get them moving again, because I do think that really like speeds up the recovery process just to get things going, and you don't want to get too far away from that. So I think tomorrow I'll probably feel pretty good, but right now I feel pretty terrible. But yeah, now it's just time to recover for a bit. I got a double later, so I'll see how I feel after that. Maybe after the double, things will start to come around. I think yesterday I felt really good on my double. So I'll bring you guys along to the double, and we'll see how that goes. I'll probably go inside though on the treadmill, just because it's just too cold out there, and right now it just feels extra challenging. Some days it's just like that. I think after feeling really cold for a long time, when you're running, you just want to feel warm. So I'm not a big treadmill person, but right now I think is the time when I'm gonna take advantage and make the most of it. So I'll see you guys on the treadmill.
Say it again.
And so this is how we ended our day, a nice 4-mile double on the treadmill, which actually did feel pretty good. I think the treadmill can be something that can be a bit daunting because it can be so boring sometimes. But when you've been running out in the cold earlier in the day, it feels nice to be warm and to be able to run with a friend and have the music blasting and the body feeling decent. That feels really good. So honestly, ended the day on a good note, and I think we made good progress towards our goal of just overall recovery and coming back from this half before we get ready for the next big thing. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. See you all next time.